Hi, everyone, and welcome to another class with me, Stephanie, here at Linguistico. This class is called Time to Travel, and it's for beginners, intermediates, anybody actually can kind of join this class, just because it's a reading class, and so depending on who joins will determine how slow or fast we go with this class. So anyhow, and I kind of say this because on the actual class it says beginner, but I realized that it's not exactly a beginner class. Just in the beginning, we were putting all the classes as if they were for beginners. So anyhow, but I gotta be honest, right? I gotta be honest. And that's what it's about. So anyhow, we are going to be talking about traveling, how to pick your destination, how to pack, and we're gonna be reading some blogs about this subject. And reading blogs is always helpful because the people who write blogs are generally people who know what they're talking about, and that's just really important. I gotta say, I love blogs because there's so much that you don't know. And when you go check out a blog, it's like you get to learn it right then and there. And those people had to go through experiences to be able to write what they're writing, and you don't. You just get to learn it. You just get to take their advice. So that's always really cool. Hi, Raquel. Welcome back. Hi, Raquel. Welcome back. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Great.
How
How
are
was
you?
your day? Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I was a little bit busy today, but I'm good.
Awesome. So tell me something about what you plan to do. Well, actually, we're on Saturday. I was going to say what you plan to do this weekend, but the weekend is halfway over. Did you do anything interesting today?
No, just, I went to the gym in the morning
Uh-huh.
and then, I was cleaning a little bit the house. My closet, it was a mess. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, um, what else?
Do you have any plans for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, not sure. Cause all my family is traveling to Miami, so I'm just like helping them, like to get everything ready. Cause
Oh, you're
I'm the only one who's not going.
no. You
Yeah,
have to go to Miami.
I know. I went like 2 years ago, but
Ah,
right now I can't because I start classes this week
yeah.
and I have to take care of the pets, all the pets.
Yeah.
So next
That's
time,
okay.
you know.
Next time. That's right. It's
Yeah,
good to be positive.
yeah. I'm not sad. I'm happy that they all day can go together.
Yeah.
So that way, next time I can go by myself.
And
It's like more
party.
fun. Yeah, because they're going with my cousin. They are kids. So
Hmm.
you can do a lot of things with kids. So
Yeah, that is true. That
I
is
have
true.
I have fun when I go by myself or with friends or
Yes.
because
So,
mhm.
no, sorry, go ahead.
I like the adventure. I like to visit. I like history. I like to visit
Hmm.
museums. Or amusement park.
Hmm. Amusement parks?
Yeah, so I'm like when I'm traveling, I'm always active. Like I don't there is no time to rest.
You sound like a very fun person to travel with because I've traveled with people where all they want to do is like stay inside. And I'm like, what? What? Well,
No.
we're at this new beautiful place. Let's explore. And all I want to do when I travel is explore. And some people, they just like, oh, what a nice hotel. And I'm like, no, if you wanted to stay inside, you could have stayed home.
Yeah. I don't really care about the hotel. I don't care if the hotel is like very fancy or with a nice swimming pool. I'm always looking for something very cheap just to sleep, just to spend the night there. there and then, go and visit around.
Yeah.
But my family, they love more like fancy hotels and
Resorts.
spend the day there in the hotel. And no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. If I'm traveling to another country, I want to know about the country, know about the hotel or resort. No.
That's a really, honestly, I agree with you, and I think that's a really good perspective to have. And so I'm really glad that you're in this class because it's called Time to Travel, and that's what we're going to be talking about is traveling. So I'm really excited to hear about some of your experiences and your stories. However, before we get going,
Mhm.
do you hear like a beeping sound in your microphone? Because I hear it. It kind of goes beep like that, and right now it's stopped.
Okay. No, I don't hear
It's
anything.
weird. It's weird because when I talk, I don't hear it. But when I stop talking or when you talk, I hear it. So I don't know why that is. But it's not too distracting. So we're fine. However, if other students join the class, I'm going to ask you to mute your microphone
Okay.
when you're not talking. That way we don't have any weird feedback. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a lot to read today. Today's kind of like a reading class, but it's about an
Okay.
interesting topic that we can also talk about. I have two blogs. There's one that talks about how to pack um, for an international trip, and it's a bit shorter. And then there's one that's about how to pick a travel destination, and it's a bit longer. I think they're both interesting and they both have great advice. But I'm going to let you pick, since you're the first one in class, which one should we read first? How to pick a travel destination or how to pack for an international trip?
How to pick a destination.
How to pick a destination. Okay,
Hmm.
great. And just before we read this, how do you pick your destinations? Do you do a lot of international trips?
Kind of, at least once a year.
Oh, good. Good. Okay,
But
really quick.
sometimes I do more, two or
Uh-huh.
three, but at least one.
Okay, so you have to do something for me. You have to quickly name off all the countries you've ever traveled to.
Okay, I have been in Cuba, Mexico, um, well, United States, so many states there. I
Mm-hmm.
have been in Panama
Uh-huh.
and also Cartagena, Colombia.
Uh-huh.
More? Okay.
No,
Uh,
like all of them. Try to tell me all of them.
okay. Aruba,
Uh-huh.
um, Bonaire, Curacao.
Uh-huh. Are these countries?
Uh, it's kind of Iceland,
Oh, islands.
island,
The S is silent.
island.
Islands.
Okay, island.
Okay. Have you ever been to Europe?
No, never.
Okay. Is
That's
that on the
that's
list
what I.
though? Is that on the list?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Good, good. Okay, so I'm gonna go and welcome Fernando. Hi, Fernando. How are you?
Oh, excellent. And you?
I'm great. We're doing good over here. So today we're going to be talking about traveling. We have two blogs to read through. It's another reading class, but these blogs are really interesting. I learned a lot from them. We're going to start with the how to pick a travel destination. Hopefully we get through it because the other one is how to pack for an international trip, and those are both really interesting topics. But really quickly, Fernando, have you done international traveling? Remind me. I don't know. I don't remember if we talked about this.
Yeah, I have. Well, maybe just a few times, but I've went maybe for. Well, I went to Guatemala a couple times. That is like or a country that is next to El Salvador. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you know Guatemala. Also, I've been in Germany, France, Luxembourg, and Honduras.
Oh,
Then, but
yes.
Central
I
America.
remember.
Yeah,
You told me you did a Europe trip, so remember I said I need to hear about that. So since this class is a reading class, it's not exactly focused on conversation, but we can work those details in. So anyhow, you guys, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pass the link to the blog. That way each person can open it up and scroll through it, zoom it in. I used to share my screen, but I don't like doing that anymore because I want everybody to be able to have the link. So it's called How to Choose Your Travel Destination. Give me 1 second. And here we go. The link is kind of long. Oh, it's a file. Hang on, you guys. Hang on, hang on. I need to actually open it up. I thought it was the link. Okay, how to... Okay. And now I got it. Okay, sorry for that. Here's the link. Are you guys able to open it up okay? Is there a problem? Are the microphones muted on purpose? That's okay, right? You can still talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, wait, they're just nodding their heads. I was expecting a voice. So I got a little concerned because sometimes there are these weird kinds of problems. But anyhow, okay, so without further ado, guys, let's get started. I'm going to read the first part just to get us warmed up into this. How to choose your travel destination, okay? So it's from Why Travel blog, okay? Okay. Although we are currently on an endless road trip around Australia, we still have to prioritize which places to visit. Oz is a big country, and it's just not possible to see and do everything. So we have to think carefully about choosing our destinations. What about you? Do you have all your destinations for 2000 and we'll say 15 planned out, or do you need some suggestions on that? While we can't decide for you, we can offer you some tips on how to decide and ask you some questions to help you get some clarity. The short answer is there's no single perfect answer, and it really depends on key factors like personal travel style, length of time you have available, and of course your finances. Get all that figured out, and your options for where you can go on your travels are endless. Great. Okay, so
Something happened.
Something happened. I mean,
Frozen. Huh?
there's no sound. Yes. Or even I think that the images just got frozen.
Yeah, it's just with Stephanie because I can hear you, you can hear me.
Yes, definitely. So we can
So we can
Stephanie.
continue the classes without Stephanie.
Guys. No, but I'm sure. I'm pretty sure that she will figure out that something was wrong and she will solve it. But I don't know how soon will be that because depending on the problem. But okay,
Where are you from?
from El Salvador. How about you? Where are you
Where?
from?
From where?
Where are you from?
But I could not hear. Where are you from?
I'm from El Salvador.
Ah, El Salvador. I'm from
Yeah.
Costa Rica.
Oh, so we're really, really close.
Yeah, very close.
Yeah.
Salvador.
Hey,
I love pupusas.
really? Have you tried it
A
already?
lot. My favorite. My favorite.
Oh, nice. Yes. Also,
My
I have
grandma,
tried.
my grandma learned how
Hi,
to
sorry
make.
guys. I'm sorry. What happened?
I don't know.
I am so sorry. I have no
No.
idea what happened. I'm glad you guys stayed in class. Sometimes we have technical difficulties, and I was
Mhm.
reading and I was doing such a good job. And then when I look back at you guys, everybody's frozen like this, and I'm like, oh, what happened? So, sorry about that. Anyhow, what was the last thing you guys heard?
Um,
I
when
don't very well.
you finish to read about
Oh, so I
the
finished that
first
section.
paragraph. Huh?
Wait, I finished the section. Did I get all that figured out and your options for where you can
Uh-huh.
go? I did that.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, Fernando, will you please read Where Do You Start for us? And after you finish, Raquel, you can read the next section, okay? And we'll just go like section through section.
Okay,
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
Okay, so where do you start? No, where do you start? Or yes, I think it's that way. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
with so much advertising shoved in our faces these days between print, TV, and digital media, all vying for our attention, deciding which travel destinations to visit can be overwhelming. This can lead to procrastination, and procrastination leads to you being the world's best armchair traveler. I like this quote, not just in regards to travel but life. Many things will catch your eye, but only a few things will catch your heart. Pursue those. Anonymous. It's an anonymous quote. When choosing your travel destinations, the following questions will help to narrow down your list and clear the confusion.
Good, thank you.
My turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you want to travel? Seriously, why do you want to travel? First, knowing why you want to do anything is important. If you if your why is strong enough, you will commit to it and make it happen. For me, travel is more than checking things off my list. Sure, it is nice to get that photo of yourself in front of the Grand Canyon and post it on Facebook, bragging to your friends, but is there something deeper you want to fulfill? But is there something deeper you want to fulfill? I don't travel for the sake of traveling, especially now with two young kids, because it's certainly not always relaxing, often the complete opposite. But travel has a deeper meaning for me, and my why is big enough, big enough. In fact, the why part, why?
Uh-huh. The
Uh,
why part of Why Travel Blog. Their blog is called Why Travel Blog, and that
mhm,
letter Y stands for the question,
mhm.
why?
The why part of why travel blog is all about our why for wanting to travel. And mostly that is because we believe in accumulating memories,
Accumulating.
accumulating memories, not just possess- possess- possessions.
Possessions. Mm-hmm.
Possessions. Value your hard-earned earned
Earned.
earned dollars, and if you put more meaning to it, you have a better chance to it being a memorable and rewarding experience.
Good. Thank you, you guys. Okay, so are there any questions about vocabulary so far?
I understand most of the words, but the problem is the pronunciation for some.
Ah,
But
don't worry. That's actually why we are doing this class, because when we read out loud, it helps us with our pronunciation. So
mhm,
I will go correcting you along the way, and like I always tell you guys, don't worry too much about it because consistency is going to cure that problem. The as long as you're consistent with English classes and practicing, those problems are going to go away on their own, and you won't even really realize when it starts going away. And especially with reading, because I correct you on one word, and then what happens is your brain takes that correction, and the next time you see a word similar or that has a similar root or a similar ending, it's kind of like your brain will automatically know how to process it because of the experience you had on a word here. So don't stress too much about it. You're doing really good. You're probably doing better than you think you are. But really fast before I read the next part, it says, we believe in accumulating memories, not just possessions. Do you guys know what this means?
Yes, like accumulating memories is like to remember all the things you did, you know, on your trip, and not just, you know, have things from where you went.
Yeah. Well, not even that. Not even just about having things from where you went, but just having things in general. A lot of people, they get stuck, I think, in this habit of going to work and then spending their money, going to work and spending their money, and they buy like a new TV, a bigger radio, a bigger house, better furniture, and they accumulate all kinds of material possessions, but then maybe at the end of their lives, that's all they did. They didn't actually really focus on accumulating and making memories. So what they're advising is that, you know, or they're saying is like when you travel, at the end of your life, you're going to have had accumulated not just possessions, but memories. You're going to be able to say, oh, that one time we went to Ireland, or when we stayed and lived for 3 years in Germany. It makes, I think they're trying to say, it kind of makes you richer, more wealthy, obviously not monetarily, but just as a human being. So I thought that was a really neat a neat way of writing it. Okay, so, oh, and by the way, I think it was Fernando that read something about being an armchair traveler, and I wanted to say something about this, but then that was before the cutoff, and then I forgot, but I wrote it down. Do you guys know what that means, being an armchair traveler? Can you imagine what that means?
No, I think well, I don't have an idea about that.
Okay. Do you guys know what an armchair is?
Yes.
Okay, so an armchair, as we know, is a chair that has arms where you can sit and relax and put your arms on it, and maybe you can even put your feet up, okay? That's what an armchair is. Now, where do we normally have armchairs? We normally have them in the living room, quite possibly, and most likely in front of the television. And what do we see on the television? A lot of times we watch traveling programs, you know, people that go to Italy and show you around, and that's what it means to be an armchair traveler. And this isn't necessarily a saying in English that everybody uses. This is the creative writing of the author. He invented this. He said, you don't want to become an armchair traveler, basically saying you don't just want to sit in front of your TV and watch travel programs. You actually want to get out there and see the world. So, okay, my turn, my turn. Okay, who are you traveling with? Okay, your destination choices can be affected dramatically by your traveling companions. Our choices are slightly different now that we have children. Now we have children. What about you? Will you be traveling solo, as a couple, or as a family? If you travel as a family, sit down with your whole family and discuss your ideas and interests. Memorable trips are those where each member of the family gets to experience something they love. Finding the balance between adult and kid stuff is important. If you travel as a couple, talk about your individual desires and expectations. Be clear on what you both want and make the decision that will suit both of you. But don't leave it up to one half of the relationship to always make the decision. Maybe you could simply take turns in choosing a destination each year. So they wrote that as a question, but it made it kind of awkward for me to read. Sorry. Okay, Fernando, we are back to you. What kind of trip do you have in mind?
Mm, maybe for in a short future, I don't know. Maybe well, it could be either going to North America or to South America. Could be. I don't know. I don't know which one will be first, but I want to travel inside the continent, this continent. So because I want to know more about the cultures, I got maybe closer. But also, if I don't know if I want, imagine just I have the opportunity to win a prize or something like that, traveling to Japan or China, something like that, or something like that. I would say, okay, definitely I'll do it. So I don't know. And for me, it would be okay to travel almost any part of the world. There are a few short places I don't think I will go, but the rest of them I think I will definitely.
Cool. Okay, well, that was a really great answer, and now I have to share something with you that's going to probably make you laugh.
Okay.
I was reading the next section of the blog. It says, "What kind of trip did you have in mind?" I said, "Okay, Fernando, now it's your turn. What kind of trip did you have in mind?" Meaning that's the next section for you to read.
Oh, it's because sorry about that. I want to explain why I committed mistakes. Sorry, because I wasn't
No, that's
watching the
okay.
blog. The
No,
blog
I
because
know. I know. Otherwise, you would have totally seen that I was reading. And here's the other problem. I read it so good. I read it so good that it sounded like I was just asking it. It didn't even sound
yeah,
like I was reading.
yeah, definitely. It is
Okay,
because
but either way, I'm glad that you made that mistake because it's not even a mistake. It's fun. You're making class more fun, and you're showing that you're really engaged and participating. So thank you for sharing that. And now we're going to read the section. What kind of trip did you have in mind?
okay. Just tell me. Okay, I got it. Always me, or maybe I don't know. It's always my turn,
Yes, it's
or
it's your turn because I read the section right above that.
okay.
So we're
So
going in a circle.
okay, what kind of trip did you have in mind? A big part of your decision will come down to personal travel style. What do you like to experience, and what is your everyday life like? Sorry.
Hmm.
If you're working and family life so hectic that you need a
Hectic.
trip to relax.
Eh,
Hectic.
Yeah,
Okay.
in this case, the H is pronounced hectic.
Hectic. Okay. Is your working is your working and family life so hectic that you need to trip to relax, recharge, and spend quality time with your family? Or are you the type who can sit still for long and weird for action
Wired.
and want to wire it? Okay, wire it.
Hmm.
Wired for action and want to see and do as much as possible. Personally, I like a balance between having some downtime and exploring new things. Well, talk about the length of time you have and your finances in a minute.
Finances.
Oh, finances. Okay,
Hmm.
finances in a minute. But first, let's consider these questions. Do you prefer adventure or relaxation?
Hmm.
Cities or countryside? Beaches or mountains? I'm always very afraid of this word when I read it. So if I just making I want to apologize in advance if I pronounce it bad because it could be another very bad thing. I think so. Resorts or road trips,
Yeah,
festivals.
yeah, resorts. Is that the word?
No. Beaches and mountains. The
Ah,
first one. I mean, it's. I hate that word. Honestly, I hate that word because if you just change a little bit in the pronunciation, it could be a
yeah.
really bad word. So I I'm afraid always about that word.
Let me tell you how to solve this problem, okay? Because I know, and I used to know a girl from Costa Rica who couldn't say beaches, and she would say the other one, and we would be like, no, that's not how you say it. Okay, so you guys speak Spanish, so think about the I in Spanish. How do we say it? We pronounce it E, okay? So when you say beaches like this, you need to think about the I being in Spanish. Okay? So if you think about the
Okay.
I being in Spanish, beaches,
Yeah.
you're never going to say this word wrong.
Nice. Okay. Nice. That's a really good advice because I mean there are a couple words I'm always afraid of when I'm reading or speaking or something like that. Beach is one of them, and the other one is like the the paper sheets. So there's when you
Oh,
say a sheet of paper, and the other
okay.
words like kind of different, but yeah.
Well, just so you
Um,
know, your confusion rests on the I in Spanish. I mean, your answer rests on the I in Spanish because both those words, the bad words, they both have the I sound. That's
yeah,
the soft I, the I.
yeah,
Okay, both
yeah.
I and sh. Okay, they both have it. So what you have to do is you have to take the I that you are oh so familiar with from Spanish and put that I in there, and you will never say it wrong. Beach and sheet. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So we solved that problem. You're never going to have to worry about it again.
Thank you.
No problem. And there was one, oh, okay. I needed to correct one more thing though. When you were announcing this problem that you have, you said pronunciate or pronounce or something like that. And the word is actually pronounce, just like that, pronounce. Or we could say, I think pronunciate is another one, but that's a different. One is pronounce and no. One is enunciate and one is pronounce. I'll look this up. We'll talk about this one later, but just don't say pronunciate because
Okay.
yeah, just pronounce.
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
Good. So, um, where was I?
Resorts or road
Okay.
trips.
Festivals and cultural experience, shopping or food experiences, luxury, mid-range, or budget. Are you the person who likes to sit by the pool or at the beach all day with a book, or will this bore you to death? No, bore to death, or will this bore you to death? By
Hmm.
answering questions, you can narrow down your list.
Great. Thank you. Okay, Raquel, your turn.
Okay. How much time do you have? If you only have 1 or 2 weeks of vacation time per year, you probably don't want to waste too much of that time traveling to your destination. But if you have 2 or 4 weeks, you can look at traveling a little further. Below are some key points to keep in mind in regard to how much time do you have.
How
Short,
much time you have?
you have, yes. Short, 1 to 4 weeks. Have less time moving from A to B. Choose only one country or region. You are you are more likely to spend more in order to save time. Tendency to stop a lot of activities in, but we warn this can exhaust you. So you can choose activities to cater to this. May
Cater.
cater, cater.
Hmm.
May pack more and shopping could be more of a focus. More likely to visit those countries that are more expensive. More likely to have a rigid schedule with things booked in advance.
Booked.
in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Long term, 4 to 8 weeks, can allow more time for travel between destinations, depending on length, can visit multiple regions, countries, will sacrifice time in order to save money, will need to be extra vigilant with budget and finding deals. Focus on packing light and embracing minimalism.
This one's a tough one. Minimalism.
Minimalism.
Hmm.
More room for flexibility in your schedule.
Flexibility.
Flexibility.
Hmm.
Volunteering work may be an option.
Good. Okay. Volunteering.
Volunteering.
Good. You read that very well. I just have one thing that I want to show you. In the chat, I wrote some numbers, okay? You read this 1 or 2, and whenever you see this dash, it means 1 to 2. So if I wrote this out, it would be 1 to 2. Uno a dos. Instead of uno o dos. Yeah? Okay, so that was the only thing, but other than that, you did very good. What?
Or 4 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, you could say 4 to 8, 6 to 7. It's not an either or situation. Whenever we have the dash, it includes every number in between. So if I have this, it's not 1 or 100, it's 1 to 100.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read the next one. What is your budget? You can pretty much find a match for your budget choices, whatever travel destinations you choose. However, it could change your ultimate decision as it might not be budget enough, particularly if you are traveling long term when it's best to stick to the cheaper regions. I feel like I read that wrong. However, it could change your ultimate decision as it might not be budget enough, particularly if you are traveling long term when it's best to stick to the cheaper regions. Okay, sure. Okay. Carefully consider the strength of your currency you are traveling on and what areas you can make your dollar travel farther, or your pesos, or whatever you've got going on. What other currencies is it stronger against? What other currencies? Okay, yes, sorry. For Australians, it might be considering a trip to Southeast Asia, the Pacific Islands, or Africa. Or if you love road trips and camping, it could mean staying in Australia instead of going abroad. Think strategically about your options. All right, Fernando, the next part is yours.
Sorry. Okay, right now I got it. Okay. Do you want to learn something? Is 2004 the year? Okay. Is 2004 the year you finally learned to speak Spanish? Why not base yourself in Central or South America and force yourself to speak Spanish? Maybe you could live with a family for 6 weeks or enroll at a school. This post on how to choose a Spanish school in Guatemala has great tips on subject. Do you love Thai food? Do you want Thai food? Okay. Do you love Thai food? Do you want to learn how to cook authentic Thai? We love our Thai cooking class with Pat in Phuket, and it was a great family activity that we could include Kalira in. If you are the foodie type, maybe destinations like Italy, France, Japan, and India are an option. What else could you learn or experience? What are you passionate about? No, what are you passionate about? Skiing in New Zealand, scuba diving in East Asia, massage in Thailand or China, trekking in the Himalayas, learning to
Himalayas.
surf Himalayas, learning to surf in Australia, wildlife conservation in Africa. These are experiences and courses that can sometimes be best undertaken in a particular country. What do you want to learn and which country specializes in that?
Good. Okay, two things here. First of all, Fernando, good job. Second thing, Fernando, in my class yesterday, types of sentences, I taught you the word foodie, and now did you realize that you read it in this article?
Yes, definitely.
So that's cool, right?
Yeah,
If I hadn't taught you that word yesterday, maybe you wouldn't even think twice about it today. But because you learned it yesterday and now all of a sudden it's appearing again, this word is more likely to be present, I guess, in your actual
definitely,
vocabulary. And
definitely.
the next question, Thai food. Where does Thai food come from?
Uh, if I have to guess, I imagine that from Thailand.
Yes, good job. Okay, that was all. Just wanted to make sure that was clear. Okay, what seasons do you like? Oh, sorry. Raquel, I accidentally almost stole the part you were supposed to read. Raquel, will you please read what seasons do you like?
Okay. Many people travel for the season. Are you a summer or winter person? For us, it's usually summer destination.
Wait,
It just,
sorry.
uh-huh.
Wait, usually.
For us, it's usually summer
Uh-huh.
destination. It just appeals to us as there is more you can do outdoors. Most people appear happier when embraced by the sun, and you can travel lighter. Trust me, when you have kids, you will appreciate this. So unless you are looking for a winter activities, you you are more likely following the sun too. This will often mean prices can be higher, except for those regions where it is always hot. Consider seasons have on what you do. You can waste a lot of money if you don't get that timing right.
Good. Okay, my turn. Actually, do you have any questions about anything that you read?
No,
Okay.
everything clear.
Yes, you read very well. Okay, can you travel in the off season? If you are fortunate enough to be flexible in when you can take your vacation time, good for you. Avoiding peak periods and traveling off season is one of our best travel tips, and you can save big bucks on flights, accommodation, and activities. Even if you have kids in school, consider traveling just outside of major school holiday periods to take advantage of the savings. And I wanted to share a quick tip with you guys, something that I learned myself. If you try to travel on Christmas Day or on New Year's Day or on a day when pretty much nobody's traveling, sometimes you can get really good deals. And I'm talking hundreds of dollars less than the normal price. So keep this in mind next time you're going to travel. Maybe you want to travel somewhere in summer. You could literally go on Christmas Day and come back on New Year's Day and maybe pay half of what you would normally pay. Okay? So, and I know because I'm always looking for the deals. All right. Okay, fly where the deals are. Speaking of deals. Okay, Fernando, will you please read this section for us?
Okay. Fly where the deals are. Instead of thinking too much about the location of your next travel destination, let the cheap flights make up your mind for you. Think about using airfare sales to help
Determine.
determine the location of your family's next vacation and month of departure, rather than the other way around. sites like KK Explorer or
Kayak.
and Kayak.
Yeah.
I saw
Kayak.
American
Huh?
Explorer and Airfare Watchdog can help. For Kayak Explorer, simply plug in your departure city and choose the season or months, and a list of available deals will appear.
Good. And just so you guys know, I have checked out Kayak Explorer. I found out about them from this article, and it's true. They have some really good deals. They show you where like the cheapest plane tickets are and what the days are, and sometimes it's just really incredible. Like if you're looking to do a random trip all of a sudden and get a really cheap ticket, take note of this website since I know you both like traveling, and check it out. It's really cool.
Okay.
Okay. So Raquel, you have kind of a long one. Revisit old versus new destinations.
Okay. I got asked this question the other day. Do we normally visit the same destination or try someplace new? If yes, why? Particular experience or feeling we want to have, and we know where we can get that, we are more than happy to revisit places. There is absolutely nothing wrong with revisiting places. The main thing is that you are traveling and being true to yourself. We often revisit the same destination in Southeast Asia because that region ticks a lot of boxes for us. Food, weather, beaches, culture, friendly people, distance from Australia, the price.
Good. 1 second.
Uh-huh.
To tick a lot of boxes, again, this is not a common phrase in English. It's a creative phrase that the author wrote. So basically, when we, what's the word? When we make a checklist of things that we want to do or places we want to go, maybe we put a box next to it and you can check off the box if it works out with what you want. So when they're saying it ticks a lot of boxes for us, it means that they're able to say, yes, we are in the price range that we want to be. Yes, it's a good destination that we like. Yes, it has good food, and they're checking off boxes, basically.
Okay.
Good. Okay, and keep going, please.
If you do revisit the same destination, maybe consider doing it with a twist. Stay in a different neighborhood, eat at different restaurants, swim at a different beach, climb a different mountain, seek out new Are you
Experiences.
experiences? Okay. Are you turning to the
Returning.
returning to the Grand Canyon? Try the North Rim instead of the South. Go to the Melbourne instead of Sydney. Chiang Chiang Mai
Uh-huh. My,
instead
uh-huh.
instead of Bangkok. Of course, we have a never-ending list of new places we want to visit. Hopefully we'll get to most of them, but it's about priority
Prioritizing.
and being realistic. If there is a dream destination you really want to visit, maybe 2015 is the year to check it off the list.
Good. Thank you. Okay, next one. Hate travel, planning, and moving around? Why not consider a cruise or all-inclusive resort? With activities to appeal to every generation, food choices to suit all ages, and itineraries that can be action-packed, or you can just sit around on your backside all day, cruises and all-inclusive resort stays can eliminate decision headaches. You can, I'm inventing things. You check in, drop your bags in your room, and then your biggest decision for the next week is, what are you going to eat? Who couldn't use a trip like that every once in a while? As a busy family who usually moves around a lot and plans it all ourselves, we sure appreciate some trips where we do nothing but eat, drink, and swim. And Fernando, your turn.
Okay, nice. What about a working holiday? If you're consider longer-term travel, maybe a working holiday is what you're looking for. It can give you the opportunity to experience a new culture, gain new skills, and it's a great way to fund your travels for an extended stay. By participating in a working holiday, you'll develop a deeper understanding of the people and their day-to-day lives. You'll get a real feel for the heartbeat of the country. You'll get out of your comfort zone by trying different and unusual jobs.
Good, thank you. And Raquel, travel in your own backyard.
Okay. Is money and time an issue for you? Don't underestimate the benefit of staying local and exploring your own backyard. This strategy is one of the most overlooked and cheapest way of having more travel in your life. Benefits of local travels include less planning, less packing, less time away, not jet lag or burnout, usually cheaper.
Usually cheaper.
Usually cheaper.
Yes.
I recently published a post on how to backyard, which has suggestions and tips on how to make the most of this strategy. It's an easy strategy to implement. Start by taking day trips, then short breaks. After a while, you will be looking for bigger and longer adventures.
Good. And lastly, need suggestions? Every year, Lonely Planet lists its top destinations for the year ahead in a range of categories like food, family, beaches, adventure, cities, and honeymoon destinations. Take a look at their suggestions and see if any ring true for you. Traveling on a budget? The Today Travel Channel listed its best budget destinations for 2014. And we reached the end of the article. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I'm agree about that. What I read about traveling in your own backyard. I love, Costa Rica, especially Costa Rica is a lot of, a lot of place to go and a lot of things to do. And I was thinking like, why I'm going to travel to another country if I don't know well my own country. So I'm trying to do so many things, that I haven't done yet. Like for example, I did zip line, for the first time. For the first time, like a year ago, all my friends, they were like, "Really? You never did a zip line in your life?" Like, no, and there are a lot of zip lines here. And what another thing I want to do is rafting.
Oh yeah, rafting.
I never done that. Done that before?
I have never done that before.
I have never done that before. Yes, and so it's in my list. And there is another place, the highest mountain here in Costa Rica. You can see the Pacific. You can see the city. You can see a lot of things because it's the highest mountain in Costa Rica. But it's in my list. But I need
Ah,
training. I need training for
good.
that because it's a lot of walk. Yeah.
Good. Well, hey, just know Raquel and Fernando, anytime you guys accomplish anything on your travel list or whatever it is, when you see me in class at the very beginning, even before I start, say, hey, Stephanie, I want to tell you I finally did a rafting or I finally climbed that mountain, even if it has nothing to do with the class. I love hearing about what you guys are up to and those kinds of things. It's really inspiring for me, and trust me, I share so much about my own life. So don't worry, feel free to share.
And
Fernand,
and
oh, sorry, go ahead, Raquel.
no, you told me that you want to visit Costa Rica. So if
Yeah.
you do that, let me know so I can, take you around if I
Oh,
can.
trust me, girlfriend, I will call you.
Okay, okay.
Awesome. Okay, Fernando, what did you think about this article?
Oh, that is really helpful if you want to. Well, it's really helpful depending the kind of trip you want to plan. And I just think, well, yeah, it's a very formal one, and also, I mean, it provides you with a lot of interesting options. Yeah, but also I think, yeah, this is, I don't know, for the pictures that it shows and the kind of options that it offers to you it offers you a lot of options, uh, but are not like, he will say, how to say this, like how to say, I mean, are not like the most adventurer options. I will say, like,
Ah, like it's
adventure
very
options.
general. Like it's very general,
No,
right?
I mean, it offers you a lot of options. Yes, it does, a lot of plans, but it offers you, for instance, I don't know, it's by adventurer, I'm referring to, maybe it offers you the most comfortable options. I don't know if it's true, but that was my perception. For instance, it never says something like, okay, you had a short time and you wanted to go from place A to place B, so why don't you try this? Actually, I tried and it works. Maybe when we traveled by train it was from Germany to Luxembourg. We just
Mm-hmm.
tried to. I have not too much. I haven't had too much time. So what I did is, like, I slept on the train because the train travel was about like 6 hours or 5 hours. I don't remember. So I used that time. Okay, I will sleep. So, but the truth is, I just could sleep like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, because the rest of the trip I was like looking for the countryside, looking for everything, for the castles, for the cities. Like, look, oh man, that kind of city I just have sitting in a kind of post or something like that. But it's like, okay, so I just use the time for being checking everything. But also, you could use the time you're traveling, if you're not like driving or something like that. You could use that time to rest as well and to maximize your time when you are at the city. Instead of sleeping, you could be going a lot of places. And that's what I.
Yeah, yeah. I think that that's actually really good, but in a way, I'm glad they didn't put that in there because if you'll notice, the article was so long already. I think they need to make
Yeah,
like a separate article for that. But it's a good point. It's
definitely.
a really good point. I don't know. I learned a lot from it. I thought it was really interesting. You guys did a really good job of reading it. I'm glad you enjoyed. And I want to quickly share this article with you. This is the one that we didn't get to. I don't know why I so ambitiously thought we would be able to do two articles in this class. We barely had time for one. I'm glad we finished that one. But if you guys open that up and read it on your own, I recommend it. I think it's even kind of funny because for international trips, he basically recommends that you don't pack anything. How do I say this? That you just use a personal backpack size, like how do I say this? Don't pack a lot. You have to read the article. I don't even know how to say it in this very moment. Um, But basically, he's saying you have to pack so little when you do an international trip, and I was like, what? How is that even possible? But it's really good advice. It's really interesting. So please, you guys, read that article, and next time let me know what you think about it. And let me think if there was anything else I wanted to say before we get going with class. Actually, Fernando, are you going to be scheduling the free trial after all?
Yes, yes, I will.
Okay, and is it 9 o'clock your time or my time?
Your time, because yes, because I know that you are ahead 3 hours, so that's why. I mean, for avoiding confusions, well, I didn't specify, but I thought, okay, what time is there, what time is here, so I don't know if I got wrong.
Good. That was really thoughtful, but I always wonder if my students actually think about that. So just put Argentina time or Buenos Aires time or something. That way I know. But
Okay.
yeah, sounds good, and I'll see you there, okay?
Okay, nice.
Okay, so thanks again, Fernando and Raquel, for such an amazing class. I hope to see you guys again soon, and take care.
Okay, bye bye. Take care and see you later.
All
Yeah.
right.
See you in the next class because
Woohoo!
I really need it. You know, with the N, it with the pass,
Yes.
pass. Oh my God, I'm so bad with that. So I really
Okay,
need
Raquel.
it.
There's a lot of information in that class, so I'll see
Yeah.
you
Okay.
there. Just prepare yourself and take a notebook with you, or have a
Okay,
notebook
I
ready.
will. Yeah.
All right.
Thank
See you guys there,
you.
okay?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Okay.
I have to wait for everyone
It's
to
frozen.
get out of the
Yeah,
class.
it's
Sorry.
just sorry. It's frozen. Okay, I got it. So take care. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.